Did you just buy a DVD and can't get off the killer's hook to save your life? Well, lucky for you, you've come to the right place. I, Pagdonius Esquire, am going to show you how to survive at Survivor and Survive by Daylight. Wait, Survive by Daylight? Oh, cut that out! When you get to the Survivor menu, the first thing you need to do is choose what character you're going to play as. Now, there are many different characters and many different ways of getting them. Some come free with the game. Some you get by racking up iridescent shards, which we'll get to later, and others you have to type in the number on the back of your mother's credit card to get. No matter what character you get or how you get them, they all come with 3 specific perks that are specific to their backstory. Now that I've told you you can buy characters with currencies, you need to know what type of currencies there are in the game. And the first one I'm going to tell you about is blood points. Blood points are the most easily gained, as they're gained by playing the game Dead by Daylight. I know, super hard. You get them at the end of games and get more for winning and performing well in the game, like repairing more generators and unhooking more teammates. With these blood points, you can upgrade your character, unlock more perks, items, offerings, and add-ons, which we'll get to later. The next currency to discuss is iridescent shards. Iridescent shards are gained by leveling up your account, not your character. Upon completing a game, you will receive XP to your account. When receiving enough, you'll level up and gain iridescent shards, which can be spent in the store for cosmetics or buying new killers or survivors. The final currency is the easiest one to get, if you're in my tax bracket, and it's called Auric Cells. Auric Cells can only be earned by typing in the numbers on the back of your mom's credit card and buying them with real money. So if you feel like looking stylish with cosmetics from the store, ask your mom for a wallet. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but 2 things I haven't thoroughly explained are survivor perks and base perks. Each survivor has 3 specific perks that go along with their backstory. For example, I'm playing as Claudette, and she has a perk called Self-Care, which allows her to heal herself. This makes perfect sense, as her backstory is that she was a botanist, well known for healing people. The next thing we need to discuss are base perks. Base perks are a little less powerful than survivor-specific perks, however, they're easier to unlock on every survivor. The last thing we need to discuss before we can get into the game is your loadout. Your loadout is comprised of 4 of the perks we just discussed, as well as an optional item, 2 add-ons for that item, and an offering. Items are things you can bring along in-game that make things go faster or easier. Add-ons are extra items you can bring along with your item to make them work either faster or longer. However, keep in mind, you can only bring certain types of add-ons with certain types of items. For example, it makes sense to bring a band-aid and a medkit, but it doesn't make sense to bring a light bulb. Lastly, let's talk about offerings. Offerings are things that you select before the game that don't come with you physically, but affect the way the game is played. Some make the arena look a little different, some change your luck, some give you more blood points at the end of the game, and some decide what map you're going to play on. So these can be very important. While we queue for a match, we need to discuss the goal of the survivor. The goal of the survivor is to power up 5 generators to unlock exit gates so you can escape the map and the killer. Your goal is to waste as much time as possible so your teammates have time to do generators. If you or your teammate is downed, you'll be taken to a hook. You can only get hooked 3 times before you die. If your teammate is hooked, you need to make a special effort to go get them off of the hook and heal them. As you can see, we're in a game and we're working on a generator. When working on a generator, you will receive skill checks. To pass a skill check, you have to press the indicated button or key while the moving bar is in the success zone. So there, we just completed this gen and are now 1 step closer to getting the exit gates open and getting out. But one of our teammates just got hooked, so now we need to go get her. So as you can see here, my teammate has been hooked. Now, me and my teammate have both gone for the unhook here. A little pro tip for all of you elite DBD gamers out here. Don't do what this Claudette did and run to the basement in an attempt to get a heal and then heal yourself. In typical circumstances, you would just heal this Claudette either at the base of the hook or a safe distance away from the hook. Some important things to note once you get hooked. You have 3 hooks, so once you're on your first hook, you're at no real risk of dying, but you do need to get unhooked as quick as possible, because you can go to second hook from first hook if you're left on the hook long enough. You have to rely on your teammates to unhook you, unless you want to take the chance to unhook yourself, though I don't recommend it as there's only a 2% chance of it actually happening. So we're in an interesting situation here. An exit gate's open, but one of our teammates is on the hook. This is where you go for what's called a homie maneuver. I'm on my second hook, and I could just leave. But I don't care! We're going to get this person off the hook, even if it kills us. If you want the big man upstairs to smile upon you when you go to the great beyond, you better go for every homie maneuver, even if it costs you your life. The homie maneuver has cost me my life. Now that you've watched this video, you've learned the expert techniques you need to both prep for a DBD game and how to excel once in the DBD game. Now get out there and give those killers the 1, 2, 3, what for, and make them into your very own sons.